What up, everybody? It's your boy PTK Blam back on another beautiful Saturday evening. It's July 4th weekend with another episode of the Shop Podcast. I appreciate you guys rocking out with us here today. If you haven't already, go to Twitter. There's a link on Twitter to jump into the podcast, not jump into the podcast, but actually go to YouTube and see the video. But not let me not say that because we've had that happen before. But anyway, um, So yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out. Got a lot of great topics lined up. Got a lot of great gamers. I don't even consider these people gamers anymore. They're just family at this point. So I appreciate them coming and rocking out with me here today. I'm gonna go ahead and go around a panel. Let everybody introduce themselves. I do have another guest coming. He is running a little bit late, but he'll jump in as the podcast goes. But we're gonna go ahead and start with the governor, the man himself. GKB, go ahead and give yourself a shout out, bro.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the governor coming from the Gaming Woodbury. Here to talk some games with Blam. Love being back on the Shop podcast. I just love being here, man. Ready to talk games.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you. I almost didn't think I was gonna make it this week. I had my headset.
Yeah, I saw that, man.
Third time in like the last 2 months. It's ridiculous, man. But I got a good one now. I'm happy with my purchase. So let's go ahead and let Lady She Wolf, the unofficial secretary for everybody that has an Xbox podcast on Twitter and YouTube. Go ahead and introduce yourself, lady.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for having me on. Of course, always love being on the Shop podcast because, of course, it is the heart and soul of the podcast community. So glad to be here.
Appreciate it. She Wolf got that new snazzy logo there.
I do. A big thank you out to, I believe, well, I know his name's Manny, but his actual @sign, I believe it's, sorry for this, it's @halfmanny, so check him out. He's a tattoo artist and really appreciate it, so thank you.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, you did a great job. I may be hitting them up myself, man. That's a great logo, man, to be honest. All right, so we got, and I kind of want to announce this now. We got Brutal on, who's going to be joining us on the show every week now. So me and him were talking before the show, so he's going to be joining us on the show as a third or fourth. Prez not here this weekend. Shout out to H2O Predator too. He has something else to do. But go ahead and give yourself a shout out, Brutal. Let them know where they can find you.
Yo, what's up, Blam, dude? I'm super stoked to be on the show, like, officially now. I'm really hype about that, so I appreciate that a lot, man. What's up, GKB, She-Wolf? What's up, Tim?
Hello, brother.
What's up?
Hey, everybody watching. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight, so let's get going, man.
For sure, for sure. And everybody, as I promised, got a great guest on. Now, this gentleman is like a really true friend. I did my first ever video on my YouTube channel with this gentleman here. He means a lot to me. Great friend, always helps out, always believed in me. I really appreciate his support. I go to him for, when I have questions, when I have things that I want to ask. So go ahead and give yourself a shout out, Tim Dog.
Hey man, I'm surprised. I love coming on this show. Anytime. It's just Saturday's a little tough, but I love this show. I think you're one of the more talented podcasters in the scene, and I'm always happy to be here and ready to talk some Xbox and the industry.
For sure, appreciate it, Tim, man. Glad to come on, man. I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and just get the ball rolling. So first question I have. Oh, by the way, everybody, the live chat is there. So if you have any questions, go ahead and get the chat popping. Appreciate the support, like I said. So let's get right into the topic. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Xbox Summer Game Sale. Now, this is something that was announced, I believe, yesterday. Major announced it, tweeted it out, and I'm always super hyped for any type of video game sale. I mean, if I can get a video game for 30, 40, 50% off, I'm happy for it. But I want to kind of ask the panel, what games maybe that you missed that you are looking to pick up in the summer game sale? So we'll go ahead and start with our special guest, Tim. Is there any games that you may have missed out on that you're looking to maybe pick up that are going to go on sale?
What are the sales? I actually don't even know. We're playing inside right now.
They're gonna announce it, I think, officially tomorrow. But I mean, if there was some games, even we don't really have a list at this point.
Games what I'm looking to get. If anything that's like $4 or like when it's like a real a cheap game, I usually always pick it up, no matter what. But a game that I'm looking for right now. I'm trying to think of all the indies right now because I pretty much have everything. for me personally, I don't know, but if my recommendation is the way I buy it is if there's a good game that you missed out on, and it's cheap. If it's $14, it's a AAA. It's like a really good game. That's the way to go, and hopefully Microsoft gets more of these deals like that. I like the lower price deals that like Steam does. Steam does that excellent. So I'm hoping for something of that nature.
Okay.
But right now, though I'm trying to give you a game, but Inside has totally warped my world. So I dreamt about that game. When you dream about a game, it's
Special.
yeah, well, yeah, or it's grasped you somehow. So.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have the NASCAR DLC. I heard that I would look into DLC. Maybe I'll get Sunset. Hopefully, Sunset Overdrive has some steals on the DLC. I don't tend to buy DLC, but the games that I'm looking forward to. Basically, there's a couple. Inside what wasn't really one. It kind of caught me surprised. A game called The Culling, which is a game I played at E3, and it's a game basically where it's like Ark. It's just like Ark. It steals from it completely, and you basically put on a part of the island, and it's a huge island. Let's just say it's an Ark island, and the world starts to come in on you through a circle. Like once it goes to like a red area, you'll just get killed, or you'll just be taken out. So basically, it brings the players together, and they have these drops, which they call like treats or something. So you can get something, but it brings the player closer. And what happens is it's it's 8 players. And everyone you could play with, I guess, your friends. You could play together and team up, but it's out for your all. And I played it, and that game I think is going to be a big hit on Xbox Live. To be honest, I'm looking forward to it. It's called The Culling. So that game I'm looking forward to, but it's not going to be out obviously. But yeah, that's my take. Sorry, I'm long-winded. I just came home from
don't worry about
from
it.
work.
Don't worry about it, man.
Not.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, brother. No big deal. No big deal. Appreciate it, Tim. All right, so we'll go ahead and GKB. Anything you looking forward to as far as the summer game sale, brother?
Yeah, like I want to preface this like little rant here with isn't it awesome that Microsoft is just doing this? Like last year they did this cool sale. This year they're doing another sale, and they're touting to be like much like Steam with the discounts and everything like that. It's kind of like bittersweet for me and a lot of other probably like YouTubers and such, because we go out and we get all these games pretty much day one or within the first week, so there might not be a whole lot of like big titles there for me. Maybe Just Cause, because I haven't picked that up, like Just Cause 3. I haven't picked that one up yet. But much like what Tim was saying, I think the deals on a lot of indies, because I do play a lot of indies. Maybe I can find some good deals on some of the ones in there that maybe were just too high priced, and I didn't feel like it was a good price point for me at that time. So I'm looking forward to some of that probably.
Definitely. That makes sense too. I think I'm going that route too. It's like Tim said, DLC too. If they have some good deals on some of the DLC that I didn't get a chance to pick up, I'll probably grab some of that. So She-Wolf, anything you looking forward to? Oh, go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
No. I just want to say if Witcher 3 is out and it's like $14.99, you have to jump on it.
Oh, absolutely.
If you haven't played that game, that's the one game I would really that's what I would say. If they could have that at like a real nice price, like at $14, that game, everyone should buy it. If you're a gamer, and obviously we all have financial stuff, but
not just that, Tim, but also if you already have The Witcher and they have that new DLC on like a good deal too, pick that up, because that new DLC is phenomenal.
Yeah.
They're probably selling it as a bundle with like new DLC as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Good point.
Probably makes sense. Okay. All right, She-Wolf.
It has to be a good price though.
Yeah, that's true. If you're gonna bundle it, it would have to be something.
I got it cheap when Blood and Wine came out. I bought it, so.
Yeah.
All right. So She-Wolf, what are you looking forward to?
I don't know. Is anybody else gonna chime in first? I'll just make sure and ask first. No. Truthfully, after watching their little teaser for it, there's definitely a lot of great games. Like, for instance, just a hint to Crap Gamer there, Doom is in this little sale, so you can finally pick up that Doom. But yeah, possibly, I would like to look at Ark, because that's definitely one game that I've, always considered trying to get. And because I like MMOs, and this is definitely, that style of game. So, but possibly the game that, Tim's talking about as well, if it's like an Ark style game.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm just curious to see exactly what's going to be there. Like, I know there's a lot of like big star games, like I said, Doom. There's going to be Mirror's Edge, Just Cause. But we have a lot of those, so I'm not completely sure really what we'll be looking at. I'm sure I'd like to look at some of the backwards compat games, possibly, like what they might have. I know they're gonna have like Stick of Truth and games like that. So I don't know exactly what game. I don't know. Gonna have to see like what they release.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good point. Good point. Brutal. What you got, brother?
I'm thinking of about the same lines as GKB. I'm probably going to be going with some indie titles, just to keep a good bank of games to play because we're doing the indie discussion on Console Corner. So I'm going to be keeping some of that going too. I think the summer game sale is a good idea. Like overall, it kind of like re-injects like the hype for some of these games that some people might have passed on and forgot about. And it kind of just sparks the market again for people buying up some of these titles. And a lot of them are good games that may have gone unnoticed. Like, to be honest, like I haven't even played Quantum Break, so I'm going to be picking that up most likely. And that's
What?
really
You
looking
call
forward to
yourself an Xbox gamer?
Uh-oh.
It just hasn't captured. It just hasn't like captured me really. Like,
She's a she-wolf right today.
Yeah, definitely gonna.
She's a wolf day.
Yeah.
All right.
but,
So
I'm not
Wait.
like an entirely Xbox gamer though, to answer your question, She-Wolf. Like I was just
You're officially
I
just.
wasn't really like captivated by
You gotta leave now.
by my other console. I mean, I'm not playing console. I'm playing PC. So
There's some
I'm
Xbox
curious,
there.
one game I'm kind of curious to see. I'm curious to see if they're actually going to put Overwatch in there. Because if they do, then my theory still sticks to truth that it drops within a month of release. So I'm curious if they're going to have it. Because they're going to
we'll
have
see.
Battleborn, so.
Battleborn is already $40 at Walmart. So
Yeah,
I
it's
still
already
haven't gotten
dropped
it.
a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any
so-
plans on getting on that.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't expect to buy that, but it's just, there's quite a few games that recently came out that are on there, like, at least that look like they're going to be on there. There's The Division, Mirror's Edge, which that game just recently came out, but that one's going to be on there, so I might even possibly pick
Okay.
up Mirror's Edge.
Yeah,
Which,
that's
Mirror's
kind of
Edge 2, I'm sorry. Let's reframe that.
Catalyst.
Yeah, so people don't think I'm talking about the first one for 360, but.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of thinking along the same lines as you guys also too. Maybe some small indie titles, DLC. One game I wanted to pick up, even though I know it was already cheap, but for whatever reason I haven't bought it yet. Was Sniper Elite 3. I don't know why,
good
but
game, bro.
I like I like the first two, and I never got the third one for some odd reason. I always forget about it. Like every time I go to buy games or whatever, I always forget. So maybe if that's in there, I mean, I know it was already kind of cheap at this point already, but who knows? It may be super cheap at this point. But that game, like you guys said, a few indies, I'll probably pick those up. So I'm definitely looking forward. And I really think it's a good idea too, like Brutal said. Good point about re-injecting, because I mean, right now, what are we playing? Right now, you know what I'm saying? So we're playing like a lot of the stuff that already came out, a month or two ago. So
Playing through my backlog right now.
yeah, trying to get that,
It's huge.
get that cleared up. Yeah, pretty much. So picking up some DLC you maybe forgot about, or a game that you skipped over because you couldn't buy both the games at once, or
possibly pick up some of those easy achievements for some
that
of
too.
that achievement
Yeah,
hunting.
That's Can't
very
forget about that. Can't forget about that.
I would say Quantum Break. If you didn't get that
Such a
game,
great game.
I don't understand why people don't buy that game. Or Sunset Overdrive, it's like that part too. But yeah, if you Quantum Break, was honestly, if you follow it and read it and pay attention, it's a AAA experience. It really is done well. It didn't score. It scored 77 Metacritic. That is what it is. I'm not going to say. I just think some people didn't get the game. I don't think some people didn't, read through all the stuff or kind of know Remedy through its career, how they do things. So it didn't connect with some reviewers. But that game, if you really just want to take a game on and just love a game for just the game itself, that game is definitely a game if you haven't gotten it for whatever reason to get.
Well, also to add on that, just other random games too that big titles that have come out. Dark Souls 3, that one's going to be included in there. So anyone who's been iffing and on about getting that one, that's definitely one to look into. I'm not a huge Grand Theft Auto person, but they're gonna have that game in there as well. Grand Theft Auto 5.
It's about time, Jesus Christ! That game's been $60 for like 3 years.
People still buying it.
Yeah, but it's it's going to be included, and for anyone who's actually playing Halo this weekend for the free weekend, that game is also going to be included in there as well. So they could possibly put that at a low, decent price as well. So
much like Quantum Break, if you don't have Halo 5 at this point, what are you doing right now?
Well, there's still the people that kind of sit and wait and
Yeah, there's still some scragglers.
Like me.
But well, basically everybody, what we're saying in short paraphrase is that buy the games, people. Halo. Go pick them up. If you see them on sale, go buy them. So, support the games. They're fantastic games. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic that I have here lined up. So I know me and GKB, shout out to Red Dragon also too. We were kind of having a discussion about this on Twitter, and there was a lot of back and forth about what a free service truly is or a free game truly is. So just to kind of paraphrase it, the games with gold that Xbox Live provides us for free, are those truly free or not? Now, some people believe that, it's behind a paywall, and we should be like PC if they're trying to merge with PC. We should get everything free like PC. We shouldn't have to pay for the service. They're not truly your games because you pay for the service to get the games, whatever the case may be. So I want us to just get the panel's opinion about that. In particular, I want to go ahead and start with GKB because he was the one that we had this conversation on Twitter. So let's go ahead and get your opinion on that, GKB.
Yeah, when the games with goals were announced, I kind of threw it up on Twitter because, people were just like hooing and hawing about it, and I just wanted to start a discussion to get that going. And man, I start a discussion. Really did. And big shout out to the Red Dragon, man, because he was in that discussion too. Much respect to that guy.
Yeah, it was civil. It was a civil discussion.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite YouTubers. I have much respect for him. So, but we were going back and forth, and my whole thing is like, and I said this to Red Dragon too, and I was like, look, I pay for it not because of the free games and whatnot. I pay for it as like a service where all the gamers can play and it's all an even playing field. I don't have to worry about people cheating. I don't have to worry about this. Like when we play a game, it's in multiplayer. We're all on the same field. We're all using the same stuff, and that to me means more than anything else, honestly. I think, and when we first started paying for Xbox Live, we didn't have games with gold, so then they added that on. So that's where I'm coming from in that perspective of where they're free to me, because when I first started paying it, I paid the full price for no games, and now I'm getting 4 games a month, every month, for free. Yeah, there's the argument of, are they great and blah, 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 and I think that's a lot of, some of us are being a little entitled, a little bit. Free games are free games, whether you like them or not. Somebody out there is going to like those games. So that's what it is for me, man.
All right, for sure. Let's go ahead and get your opinion, Brutal.
I think that the Xbox Live games are worth every penny of $60 that you're spending. If you get those 4 free games, if you think about it, you're getting those games for like less than $1, like $1 and change. So you're getting, 48 games a year? I think that even if people want to make the argument that you're actually paying for the games and they're not actually free, I think that's kind of an irrelevant argument in my opinion, because it's a service just like GKB said, and it's a premium service. We have a great community on there. It's a good experience as a gamer overall. So for them to charge $60 and just give you the games on top that we've all been paying in the first place, I think is plenty fair.
Yeah.
And if you're paying $60, you're doing it wrong. Like, you should be paying Xbox Live for about like 34, 35. You can get those deals like all the time. So
Oh yeah, I'm
be on
just
the
talking
lookout for
like
that.
if we're
Yeah,
going
just
off just
That's
your
what I was
advertised
going to
price,
actually
like,
point out. Like anyone who actually wants to like get it, like you're actually paying half that price. You can go through eBay and get, and they're legit because, me and GKB do that all the time with ours. And there's other sites that give like all these sales on Xbox Live for like half the price. So really not even like it's not even $60.
Yeah, and I think part of the argument, well, I don't want to say argument, but part of the discussion kind of went left due to the fact that it was brought up in comparison to like PC, like like the multiplayer aspect of PC is free and all these different things, but to make that full circle, like GKB said, we're all playing on a level playing field. Like, say if you're playing on PC, I have an $800 rig or whatever. This guy may have a $3,000 rig. That's not even. His mouse is better than mine. His keyboard is better than mine. His screen is better than mine. He has better parts. Yeah, his frames are better than mine. So that's not, that's not what you're paying the $60 for the service. Everybody's on an even playing field. To me, that's the biggest thing. The games are just the icing on the cake. Even if you don't like them, they're just there. So
also adding into the level playing field, you have people who are like hacking these games nonstop, left and right. They're adding mods. Half of them are probably getting them for free anyways because of the fact of they find ways around it. They always do, and so no matter what, they're never getting the equal quality of game. And how many times have we heard that the PC version is broken? Like look at Batman when it released, it was broken, and Tomb Raider, it was broken, and so they're not actually getting that great quality of game where we are. We are getting exactly what Xbox had meant for us to get, and for us paying this service, that's what we're getting. We are paying to support the brand that we support and get it where it's working, get it what we want, and so on and so forth. These games, they don't have to give us anything. They really don't. They're a company, so truthfully, they could be like, well, here's one game, be happy for it or don't. But they're not. They started with 2 games, and then they turn around and start bringing, well, now every 360 game is also a backwards compat game, so now you get 4 games. So they're giving more when they truly don't have to. And I'm sure there is still I've had people argue a little bit with me about this, but I'm sure they still have to have like permission and rights, and I'm sure it is still a little hard to actually get the 360 and the Xbox One games to be put on, for gold for a whole entire month. So I'm sure there's a lot more around that than just saying, oh, well, I want this game, here you go.
Yeah, definitely. So another argument could be made too, She-Wolf, before we go ahead and move on to Tim, is that there are some kids, like Tim mentioned about the summer game sale, like some families, you don't know like their financial situation, so having access to these 4 games a month is like that's a big deal for some like maybe 12, 13-year-old kids.
That's a big deal for even me and you, BLAM.
Yeah,
like, we have families with kids and everything like that, and that's what I said. And not to mention, like, some of the games on there is like I played, when I was young, and to see my kids play those games, brings a lot of memories to me. It makes me feel good as a father. So, I mean, it's all good around, man.
Definitely. All right, so go, Tim. What's your opinion on that?
Well, I think that you guys made some really, really good points from everyone. To just everyone pretty much nailed this down. For me, like personally, She-Wolf saying that it was intended to be that. That's exactly the answer that to me hits home, because I was an Xbox beta tester. And I started from when it was, and the mindset was not free games then. It was to make this service for everyone. And you see like things like Ybarra when he goes up on stage on E3 and he talks about how they're bringing data centers closer to you and they're doing stuff like that. That stuff isn't free, okay? we are subsidizing that, or we are paying for that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the cloud computing and everything that's going to go along with it is going to happen from services like Xbox Live. So for them to give us 4 games, and the Banner Saga 2 is supposedly a really awesome game,
Fantastic
and
game.
that's the game that now that we've talked, get Banner Saga 1. And then
Yeah,
I suppose you should play that first and second, but it's supposedly a very good game, or a good game that you shouldn't be complaining about. So like, and GKB said the entitlement thing. It's like at this point, you just have to chill out because you're like anything. You're not going to get AAAs. You're going to get maybe one AAA. That's the market. Sony does the same thing. They give you one, oh wow moment, and that was Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I mean, I would drop 2 a year, but they'll probably do 1. Like I would drop Rise, but that's everyone's game or a lot of games. But the thing is that Xbox Live and even PlayStation Network, they do provide a service, and the games that they're giving you, PlayStation I think gives you like 5 across the whole thing, and Xbox gives you 4, and Xbox will probably up that. You know what I mean? Competition's there. You got to stop complaining. You got to have this entitlement. You have to kind of know what you're talking about. Right now, there's no cheating going on. So I think that that's just the thing about gamers is that we're just way too. Something's announced and we don't think and we just fucking blare out, and everyone does it. Everyone is so passionate, and sometimes you just have to sit back and just kind of be a little chill. I mean, I don't know, I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but for me, Xbox Live is one of the reasons why I love Xbox so much. It's up there.
Absolutely.
I'm a hardware guy. I like hardware. I like software, but I'm also a network guy. That's what I do for a living. That's what I love. I love bits and bytes, and I love speed, and I love cloud compute. That's what I like. So Xbox Live is something that builds into that, and they're doing it the right way. They're building. They're trying to cut down on latency, and they want cloud compute, and they want to build the service. And obviously, this stuff takes time, and it's generations after generations. But they're going to be the first to do it. So people got to chill out on the Xbox Live shit. It's a fucking monster. It's a monster like Scorpio. It's a great service.
Just to touch base too on the Banner Sagas, because I played Banner Saga 1 and I just got Banner Saga 2. Like, give that game a chance, guys. Like, it's really a good game. It's got a ton of Norse mythology in it. Great story, great gameplay. Just give it a shot.
Well,
Yes.
also kind of adding to that, people say like, okay, they want the AAAs, which is fully understandable, but a lot of people that are saying that, of course, is who we're hearing is all of us, right? We are, the hardcore gamers.
Mm.
But they're not catering to just us. They're catering to the whole Xbox community, not just our community that that we've built, that we share, but the whole entire Xbox Live. And so to some people, these could be like the greatest game in the world.
Yeah, I agree.
Where we think it's crap, but that's just because we know the games that are out there. We've played so many of these games. Like Rand comments that he's played majority of the games that they release. But that's because you're a hardcore gamer, so that makes perfect sense. Where to say casual gamers or anybody like that, they haven't. So these are, could possibly be new games that they've wanted to try out but couldn't because they couldn't afford it because of, the whole social economic stuff and everything that's going on in the world, or just possibly just didn't know if it was worth the money, and now they get to, they have it and they can play it. So it kind of goes in so many different directions of the whole Xbox Live and whether it's actually worth it or not.
Definitely. I mean, most of us, and just to kind of wrap the topic up, most of us here, if not all of us on this panel, have been long-time subscribers of Xbox Live. Well before they started giving away games, well before they started giving us this. So we know where it started and where it's going. So, and we know that for a fact that they've taken that money that we invest and they've reinvested it. We clearly see that into the network, into features, into all the different things that they're doing. So I know my money is well spent. I'm not worried about what's going on after that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm pretty sure anybody here on the panel will tell you the same exact thing, just to kind of button up that topic as a whole.
You know what? Just to end on it, I think we just ended that whole entire debate. If somebody wants to get into this argument, just replay that section, and there's no rebuttal because it's all true.
Yep. 100%.
Definitely. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic here. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, everybody, we're going to be taking questions at the end here before we close out the podcast. Just put your questions down in the chat, and thank you once again for rocking out with us this Saturday. So, next question is, so we know backwards compatibility, when it was announced, it was a megaton announcement. It was huge. Nobody saw it coming. It was definitely left field. But I kind of want to follow up on that now. How has that, just to my panel here, how has that affected you guys? Have you utilized it? Has it been, because I know a lot of times we did a podcast like right when it was announced, and a lot of people were like, well, I don't really know. Yes, I'm not gonna really play any of those games. I don't really live in the past like that. I just kind of like to play the new stuff. I'm not really stuck on that old stuff. So has any of that changed? So let's go ahead and start with She-Wolf on this one. Have you been playing more BC games, or no? Have you not taken advantage of the service that much?
Truthfully, I have played a few, just because, it does give me the opportunity to go back and get some achievements and, fill in that downtime when you're waiting for bigger games to release and whatnot. It gives you something to play, so I definitely enjoy it. There are still a couple of games, which one I'm sure everybody already knows that I'm dying to wait for that still hasn't come backwards compat yet, but the variety is definitely, it's there. There's not a whole lot of games that I preferably wanted, but there is still some. So there's still, there's Halo Wars and South Park, Stick of Truth. So there was a couple of games that I got to go back and play and enjoy. There was also like Pac-Man and Mrs. Pac-Man and stuff like that. So, I've played a few to go back and fill in those gaps where there was nothing.
Nice. Okay, cool. Rudo, what about you, brother? Have you utilized BC all that much, and have maybe your opinion changed since it was announced?
Well, my opinion hasn't really changed. I thought it was a really awesome feature for them to go ahead and feature on Xbox Live, but I jumped in more so as just catching up and reminiscing time, like get a group of buddies together and play. Like I took advantage of Black Ops 1 when it came out back compat. I was really excited about that.
And it was on sale.
Yeah, and it was like super cheap, right? And I mean, look at the numbers. Like people loved it. We had how many people were on Black Ops 1 servers?
It was almost 100,000.
90,000, yeah.
Yeah.
90,000, almost 100K.
Yeah, it spiked like crazy. So I mean, it's clearly a good thing to offer. I think it's good for those achievement hunters that want to go out and get all those achievements on those games that they may have passed up earlier, or just to double dip on some of them. So overall, man, I gotta say, like, it held up to my excitement when I first saw the release.
Definitely. Okay, cool. Another thing is, too, before we move on to GKB and Tim, is that I know a lot of people were kind of upset at how they were releasing the games because they kind of tweaked it. Tim, I don't know if off the top you remember, but weren't they going to do like a certain amount a month at first, and they switched it to where they don't even announce it anymore? They just kind of put them out as they come out?
Yeah, it was like, I remember the certain amount a month. It was 10 a month or 15 a month, and then it just changed like the next day. It was strange. I think, yeah, it was. They were talking about hundreds. It seems maybe it's not as easy as they might have thought, but they still getting them out, at a decent pace.
Well, it was supposed to be like 120 at release, and then it was supposed to be between 15 to 30 every month between the 17th to the 20th was kind of like the ratio that they were going with when they first started talking about it. And then as soon as Christmas came, they brought out like, I think 10 titles, and then as soon as January dropped, there was nothing. Everyone waited, like they were waiting so long, and then finally they released like 5 games or something, and then the next month after that they released like 2, and then they're like, well, we're no longer releasing it monthly, we're going to just be releasing them when they become available. So
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that before we moved on with the conversation because I know that was a big issue with some people to start with. But go ahead, GKB. I know you didn't get a chance.
Yeah, when it comes to backwards compatibility, a lot of us gamers tend to forget that a few generations ago, this was like unheard of. Like once a new console came out, you pretty much either got rid of your old console or just put it up on the shelf and never touched it again. Um, and when Microsoft came out and said, "Hey, we're going to do 360 backwards compat on your Xbox One," I think that's huge. So much so that now going forward with every console they come out with, everything's going to be backwards and forwards compatible. I think that's fantastic. Like, no longer do you have to give up your library; you keep it with you all the time. As far as like my, what I'm doing with back compat, I'm one of those gamers, much like probably a lot of us on this panel that have played a lot of these games. So every once in a while, I'll find one where I really didn't play it and I wanted to play it, and I'll get on there and play it for sure. But as an overall, do I use it every day type thing? No, just to be honest. But I think it's a fantastic feature.
Right. Okay. Cool. I'm the same way. My son's actually taken more advantage of backwards compatible than me personally.
Hmm.
But that's even cool. Like you said
Yeah.
there, that's what the feature's for. It's to reach a whole different group of people and people that passed up on some games or didn't get a chance to play them, whether it be me or my kids or my wife, even to a point. So having options is beautiful. So I'm happy that they did that. It's a great feature. So Tim, just to wrap up, have you taken advantage of BC?
I thought I would have taken more, but like I said, like we were talking about, like it seemed to be hot and heavy at the start, where, they were saying all this stuff. But somebody was saying that Stick of Truth was a good. I got that South Park, played that a little. Deals like Black Ops 3, yes, but to me, if they could get Red Dead Redemption on there, then I will play the hell out of that game. I hope they could do that, and if they could do that, then I would say that it's been a pretty good venture. I mean, we did think it was going to be more. I think myself,
Mhm.
definitely. I would speaking for myself. I thought it would be like crazy, but I mean, you play some
You got to
games, but
remember, Tim, too. You got to remember too, Tim. A lot of this generation we've had a ton of remasters. So these publishers and these developers are holding a lot of these franchises. See how long it took Black Ops One to become
yeah,
BC. A lot of these publishers are holding on to these games. Like, you know what?
it's
We
true.
may be able to re-release this on our own. So
Exactly.
who knows? Because I remember, when Mike came on the stage when they originally announced it, he said all it takes is them giving a green light and saying,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead and take the game and put it up. But a lot of these, we're getting a Bioshock one, we're getting all these other games that even the remasters that nobody asked for, we're getting. So I think a lot of the developers and publishers are holding some of the games kind of close, especially the ones that they know people want. They're holding off to the last minute. Till they feel like what, we may be able to milk this a little bit. But go ahead, Tim. I just wanted to bring up that point also.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's. I think it's good, but the jury is a little still out on it. With
Mm-hmm.
like they need to get Red Dead Redemption in there. I think we all have to agree that's the one game. But I don't think it's going to happen because, like you said, these publishers are just going to say, "Let's make Red Dead Redemption in 4K or whatever the original," or they'll just do it themselves. So they hold on to it. So it's probably a little give and take there in the whole thing, and it's not as easy as they thought, which I could see happening. People want their content, so they're not just going to save it away.
Which
Yeah.
I actually want to add one more thing in there about backwards compat. Since this has come, we also have had like a lot of games that have actually come with new games. So we've actually gotten more for our
Oh yes, that too.
$60 than just a single game. Like we had Alan Awake with Quantum Break, and we had Fallout 4 had their older games. We got like both of them with Fallout 4. So
Yeah.
there's been other instances where they've just released the games with newer games to benefit us more for not including Call of Duty. Seems it wants to add $20 to their actual price, but that's besides the point. The other ones who actually thought of the fans just, gave us their backwards compat with the game. So, that's also a pretty cool benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, sure, for sure. Yeah, so I mean, it's overall, like Tim said, I think that there may have been a little hang up there. Just just the fact that they changed the way they're even releasing them kind of tells me that it may have been something going on there. Maybe something that they didn't anticipate initially, as far as between them and the developers and publishers. But at the end of the day, I still think it's a fantastic feature. And GKB brought up a great point about what was the last BC console? PS1 or two, or what was the last console that could actually
Uh,
partly
The
BC?
PS3 could have like the
PS3.
initial
Yeah.
one.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
The
they are
initial one.
fat.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah,
PS3. Well, I think
fair.
all
Wasn't the,
Nintendos have
it,
legacy. From I think that is one of their thing, but I'm not positive of that. Like I know that
okay.
I was always a BC. They're always from back from the previous generation. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
no, I still have a PS3 fat, so I might actually could do
Yeah.
games. Probably won't work, but I should try it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, just to kind of pull the point together is that yeah, it's a great feature. I mean, it gives a lot of people a lot of different options, and a lot of people who missed out on some of these games, a lot of these younger kids too, a chance to play some of these games that we enjoyed as parents. So definitely a good feature. Kudos to Microsoft and Xbox for pulling that off. Now, got another question here lined up. So um, with success, and Tim kind of touched on it a little earlier. Inside has been like the biggest, game in media probably this week, within the last week or so. All the acclaim it's getting, all of the fantastic review scores, and just how everybody's feeling about the game. It's an indie, it's a smaller game, but that doesn't matter. It sucks you in. That's what I've been hearing. I haven't gotten to play it, so I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I played it, but I heard it sucks you in. It's like Limbo in that regard, and same people who made the game. So I want to get everybody's opinion on what's the first game that really blurred the line between just being like a game. Like we used to get it. Back in the day, we just get a game, play it, it's fun. Whatever the kid. What was the first game to change your perspective on video games and kind of made you look at it like an art? Like it sucks you in. Like okay, this is different. Like this is not a button mashing game. I'm in this game. Like I'm really invested in this game, and I feel some type of way. So let's go ahead and start with you, Brutal, on this one.
First game ever. I really enjoyed and really took. And I think a lot of people will like this one as well. That I really liked Final Fantasy VII. Like Final Fantasy VII really brought me into
Game, yeah.
like gaming as an art form. Like the story was excellent. The character models, like granted it's old, but it's such a great storyline, and it really sucked you in, and it took a lot of dedication. That was one of the first games that I can remember playing that I really wanted to dedicate myself to beating, like getting all the weapons defeated, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So that was your first one. Okay. Cool. 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 Final Fantasy. That's a great title, by the way, too. So, GKB, what about you, brother?
Final Fantasy VII is definitely a good one. For me, it's probably not going to be too much of a surprise since I have two of them, and I talk about these a lot, and they just resonated with me, ever since I played them. So, one for sure is Splinter Cell. Like just being Sam Fisher, running around and just stealthing, just the whole gameplay of turning the lights off and trying to get around and really like thinking your way through instead of just running and gunning was just mind blowing to me at the time. And then the second one has to be Dead Space. Just
Oh, good choice.
yeah, just him stuck on this ship almost by himself, not knowing what's going on, fighting his way through these crazy, ridiculous monsters and super tough game. It's just fantastic, man. And I talk about those games just pretty much all the time because they just stuck with me, man.
Okay, Dead Space is a good one. A lot of people forget about that, but Dead Space, when it first came out, was raw. It did a lot for
Brutal.
everybody. Yeah, brutal, man. Just the violence and just the atmosphere, and it's crazy. It was crazy. So, what about you, She Wolf? Anything, any game pull you in? What's your first experience?
Okay, well, first, just before I jump into that, I just want to quickly say, talking about the backwards compat thing that Tim Dog brought up about Stick of Truth. Just to mention to everybody, if you buy the new one on December 6th, you can also get Stick of Truth for free. It comes with it for pre-order, so just a heads up for that. And truthfully, I actually have two. One of them being it's actually Xbox 360. It's Alice Madness Returns. It was the very first game that I 100%ed. I actually beat it on GKB's account, so it doesn't show on mine that I 100%ed it. But um, that was actually probably one of the very first games that I completely 100% beat to the very end. I played the first one on PC because I was actually a PC gamer before I met GKB. So after meeting him, I came to Xbox, and then they released that one. And then they released the second one on Xbox One Xbox 360, and so after playing the first one, the stories are so in depth on this game, and it takes the Disney Alice and just completely turns my childhood favorite character into an adult. It's one of these games that you truly wish most games would grow up and actually do, because you want your favorite characters.
Zelda.
What?
I said cough Zelda.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You got these games where you wish these characters would grow up as, you grow up kind of thing, so you can continue playing them. And Alice Madness Returns is one of those games because, I grew up with her as like a Disney character where she was my favorite. The Cheshire Cat was this cute, crazy little thing that disappeared and came as it wanted. And then this game, it's creepy, it's demented, it's all over the place, but it's real, and it's fresh, and it was just one game that I truly fell in love with, and it's the game I wish would become backwards compat. It still sells for $30, pre-owned. It's like,
isn't that the one where she was on the cover with the knife?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay, I remember seeing that game. Like, what the hell is this?
It's a good game, man.
Yeah.
I have the art book for it and everything. Like, the scenes in it for a 360 game were amazing. Like, they truly were. They were so detailed and so graphic, and the characters, there's so many variety of characters, and the storyline in it is just amazing. Like, it's an actual true story. So, it's one of my most favorite games. And again, if EA is listening, please give it to me. I want to play it again. So, but yeah, other than that, my second one's Halo, just because that was the very first game that me and GKB played together. It was our, the very first game that I played on Xbox 360. So, yeah, Halo's gonna be my, my second one, just because, hello, it's Halo. It's all over.
For sure. So, what about you, Tim? Anything that just resonated with you? That changed your experience?
Well, I'm going to go really way back. The game that really resonated with me the most was the fantasy. It's a set of games, Fantasy Star series.
Yep, yeah, I remember that.
That one really took me in. Even Fantasy Star 4, I remember playing that game and just being so into it. Like, it just drew me in. Like, I felt like I was that cat. Like, I was, obviously they have the stats and it was so good. And then they never really, I think they had they never, the IP just went to shit. But yeah, I remember even playing Fantasy Star, and I think it was Fantasy Star, and I was like really young, and I just remember I couldn't get past the dragon part, or there was a part I could not get past it. But I think I finished the next Fantasy Star 2. But that series really, like, going way back, was the one that caught me. And then it's been a series of other games throughout my life that caught me in. And one other game that I remember, and it was a PC game called Populous, where basically you make the land flat.
I remember that game.
And you would go to war, and you could like build a community, and then they can invade you, and it was like really cheesy graphics, but that game really took me into. But Phantasy Star by far was the deal for me.
Okay. All right. And for myself in particular, there's a couple games, and I'm pretty sure GKB can guess one of them because I talk about the shit all the time. Zelda, Ocarina of Time. So I did hear that shot at
Yes,
Zelda
I can
earlier.
agree with that too.
We're gonna let that slide earlier, GKB, about that Zelda comment. But no, Ocarina of Time specifically was just amazing to me. Like it literally, I think I probably missed a couple days of school playing that game. I'm pretty sure at the time. I was so engulfed in that game, like just beating the dungeons and going through the levels and trying to going back and forth between time and just the little puzzles and the characters and just the world itself changing. I thought the dynamic between being older and being smaller was really neat, and it was new and it was a fresh idea. So that sucked me in. What else? What else is another game? This is another game too. Somebody did say it in chat also too. I don't remember exactly who, but Fear, the Fear series.
That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good.
That those games also, because I really wasn't. I got the game but just on a suggestion from a buddy of mine, and I didn't really think it was going to be. I actually planned on taking it back after I played it a little bit when he originally suggested it to me. But once I got it, I was stuck. I was hooked. The mind fuckery that went on in that
It's
game, like
creepy as
just
hell.
it was creepy. You know what I'm saying? It was just creepy. And I'm a shooter guy too. I love the shooters. I admit, but that game threw in a whole different element. It's kind of like a Dead Space atmospheric type game where
Yeah.
something may be there, but you're not sure what's going on. You see it, but you're not sure. So it's like it's a mind game. It's a lot going on. That was another game. And obviously Halo, for the win. Halo was life changing for pretty much all of us Xbox fans, especially that first one. I was hooked on that game once too. So those three probably would be the most that blurred the line, between like just a regular video game that I used to play and art, I guess you could say, so to speak. So, all right, so yeah, looks like that was the last question that I actually had planned. Looks like we're gonna go ahead and start taking questions from the chat. So, chat, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and please ask us. At this point, doesn't matter what it is. Just go ahead and throw them in the chat. And once again, I appreciate everybody in here. Looks like we're up to over 40 people. I appreciate it, you guys, especially due to the fact that I didn't think I was going to be able to actually do a podcast this week, but I got it done. Got me a new headset. I'm loving it, by the way. I may even do a review on this thing. GKB, I may take your spot.
What
Man.
headset did you
Do it,
get?
bro.
I got the HyperX.
Oh,
Nice.
See, okay,
Yeah.
I have a question about those for you.
Uh-huh.
Can you the like earpieces? Can you change the plates or anything? Like, are they like the Astros where you can change the tags?
I don't think so. The ones I got, I mean, maybe it's there was another one there that were about $40 more expensive. Maybe those, but I don't think these ones you can change the plate. These were
See,
about
I want
$75. So
yeah, 'cause I want a new headset. I need a new headset, but I want ones that I can customize the tags. That was the one thing that really got me for the Astros, which is like why my character is even wearing Astros, because you can change the tags and actually like make them personalized. You can actually put like your own pictures on them and everything. So I'm trying to like if I go with anything other than those, I want them to be able to do something like that.
yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Tim, you know if any HyperXs have the change of replacement plates or anything?
actually, it's funny because I have these. I have probably the same one as you, and they're freaking really comfortable.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was like
they're really
pillows on
like
my face.
like I was joking with this guy named Matt. He's a guy that actually he's handling the HyperX with Xbox. Like I said, I walked out of the house with the headset on. I didn't even know because like it really is so comfortable. And the sound quality is very good. The noise cancellation's really good.
Yeah.
So meaning like right now I have my air conditioner on. Sometimes like you can have a mic that's just like too much. You guys would have complained to me if my air conditioner was too loud. But I could do podcasts. It works with podcasts. It works with games. It's honestly it's a steal right now. It's going to be going up because this is the type of product that people just going to get word of mouth. It's going to get out there, and then it's $20 in 8 months.
Yeah, the best part about it, She-Wolf, since you're looking, the build quality is amazing. Like, I've had headsets where usually they're plastic, like 99% of them just plastic, and
Yeah, that's my problem with Turtle Beach.
These are metal. They're all metal.
Really?
Yeah, that's
They're
why you
all
can't
metal.
That's why
That's why.
I
Yeah.
think that, like, if you wanted to, getting back to your question, if you wanted to mod it, I wouldn't think so, because it's kind of like it's made in a distinct way, like, and it's made with quality plastic or whatever this is.
Are they
You
big
know,
enough I could make, like, possibly just do a decal and put a
you
decal?
could do
Yeah, you
decals.
could do a decal for
You
sure.
could definitely
Yeah,
do
I
that.
could probably be happy with that.
Yeah.
So then are they on the, like, are they actually sit on the ear, or are they, like, full cuff over the ears?
They're over the ears.
Over here,
Okay.
your ears get hot. That's my only thing that I would say.
Ooh.
If is for me, sometimes you get, like, your ears could get hot. Sometimes sweat. Like, sometimes it just gets too hot. So that's the only thing. But it's part of the. It's part of the whole thing, though. Like, to me, it's just so comfortable where
Yeah,
I could just put these things on and just zone out. Like, and
Yeah.
Well, I have 2 earrings on, like, I have 2 hoops on my top left
Mhm.
ear, so would that cause an issue? Right,
Um.
that? Because that's the
uh,
thing with the Astros is, like, for how big the ear cuffs are, they actually, like, sit so, like, perfectly over my head that my ear doesn't get touched by them at all.
I don't know. You'd have to demo them and try them on first, because I couldn't really say
Yeah, I might
for
have to.
sure.
well,
Yeah,
I wonder if
that-
GameStop has them.
they do. That's where I got mine. They don't have them demoed though, but I
right.
don't know if they have them
Oh.
to demo, but they have them there. You maybe Best
That,
Buy.
I only know about the Astros because GKB has a pair of Astros, which he needs to update his too.
I mean,
So.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that you could probably get away with doing it, because I'm looking at it right now, and my ears are probably definitely bigger than yours, and it's pretty much covering the whole ear.
Yeah,
I think you have room, to be honest.
yeah, mine
Now,
too.
I know there's different HyperX ones, so which which ones do you guys have? Because isn't there like the
I got
HyperX Cloud, and there's like,
those are the ones I got. The
oh,
cloud. I
Yeah,
think they're
Cloud
Cloud
X.
something, Cloud X, I believe. Those are the
Yeah,
ones I
Cloud
got.
X.
I think
I'll
that's
get
the
you.
base one.
Yeah. It's the $99 model, but you can get them, like, on sale and stuff like that. But does yours come with a case? Like,
Yes.
looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
All black
that's
case.
the one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
well,
the
if one
one.
of you guys can like maybe DM me
Yeah.
a link
We'll
to
do
them, that would be like superb.
Okay. All right, cool. It looks like we got a couple questions here too. We've been talking about the headset. Sorry, everybody, but we got to give product information here. All right, so Slap Happy, shout out to Slap Happy, man. Big fan of his also too. You guys check him out also.
Ooh, also big
Great
kudos
guy.
to him, the man that started the Scorpion, Scorpio little icon in the
The
name on
icon.
Twitter.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, the one that I was blamed for. I was blamed
Yes, there's your true culprit right there.
Yeah.
It is Slappy Happy Gaming.
Yeah. So he had a great question. He said, for the panel, he said, what is your game of the year for first half of the year so far? We'll go ahead and start with Tim on this one. Game of the year for first
easy
half.
for me. Even though I just played Inside, easy for me. Quantum Break. Just
Okay.
by far.
Quantum Break. All right. What about you, Brutal?
Yeah. Hey, let's go.
Oh,
I don't hear him.
Yeah, you cutting in and out, Brutal. I think, brother.
Yeah.
I said the internet strikes again, man. You need to.
He dropped out.
Yeah.
It dropped.
Yeah. What about you? We'll get back to you, Brutal. What about you, GKB?
Oh man, game of the year so far. The one that stands out the most, yeah, is like Quantum Break for me so far.
So far.
Yeah, as far as AAA's go, yeah.
Okay. What about you, She-Wolf?
Are we talking like exclusives or?
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be exclusive. Just game in general.
I would have to say Doom then.
Ooh.
Doom's really good.
Doom stood out to me.
Doom's
I
really good, yeah.
really enjoyed Doom. So.
Yeah. I'm playing through that right now. So Doom.
And adding the Franco Pops in there was just absolutely like.
They have a mooch one.
Yeah, they just like they hit me right there. Like they put like the best thing in there. So.
For sure. Is Brutal back yet? Can you guys hear him?
No, he like
He
left.
left?
I think
He left?
completely.
Okay, he'll probably pop back in here in a minute.
Yeah, I'll let you know if he comes back. I could see.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
watching
Cool.
the pod.
All right. So let's see. Any you guys see any other questions? I know the chat kind of went by me here as we were talking about the headset.
Let's see.
Anything else in here?
Somebody just added a question.
Go ahead.
what do you think about Watch Dogs 2 and Deus Ex: Mankind Divided?
Ooh.
Mm.
It's a good question.
I think Deus Ex would be the better game. Um, for me at least. I mean, Watch Dogs it was a good game, but I think it was poor execution on Yubi's part.
Yeah.
Two seems like a blend of the first one and like Sunset Overdrive, or not even Sunset Overdrive, like a like Watch Dogs version of like Assassin's Creed. What's that? The game that came out and horribly failed. The one where you're supposed to be the one that came Unity. Sorry, I couldn't think of the name. It kind of feels like Watch Dogs versions of Unity, where you have like multiple players, and I just want to. I mean, at this point with UB Watch Dogs, I don't really. I'll wait and see because I don't really trust them all that much this gen. So, anybody else have another opinion about those two games in particular?
Yeah, like I'm really interested in Watch Dogs 2. I really wasn't a big fan of the first one, but watching the gameplay and the trailers that I've seen so far, it looks really interesting, and they did a better job, I think, at relaying this game to everyone. Deus Ex I've been excited for that ever since they showed it.
Yeah, me too.
It looks like my type of game, so
Yeah.
I am excited about that as well.
What about you, Tim?
Watch Dogs. I hope they get Watch Dogs 2. I liked Watch Dogs, but like you said, poor execution. A lot of the missions in one particular mission was just it turned me off. I just couldn't get past it, and I hope that game gets better because I have a little bit of excitement for it. Like Spaghetti saying, it's like GTA with hacking. It is it's kind of like that. I like the hacking aspect.
Yeah.
I would love to play the game on better hardware now that like Scorpio's coming out because it is a graphically intensive game. But it's probably going to be for the Xbox One and PS4, or might be for Neo too. Which could, to be honest, that's one game that technically, if you can run it, it's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So for that aspect of it, I'm looking. And Deus Ex, I played Deus Ex 1 and I wasn't really into it, so I might have to give it a go again and try it. It looks like it's good though.
Yeah, it was definitely an acquired taste, that first one. But She-Wolf, what about you? What do you think of either game?
Truthfully, I'm not exactly excited for either. I have so many other games that, I'm kind of more excited for, like ReCore, Titanfall 2, and stuff like that, that these two games just don't fully interest me, but, when they actually release and we actually, see more about them, then that could change, but as it stands right now, they don't really interest me.
Or you could just wait till next year's summer sale.
Yeah, exactly. Or Black Friday sale. Well, depends when they actually release, but
yeah. Who knows when
I'm more interested in Mafia 3 than I am in either of those. So.
Yeah, that's true. Mafia's kind of flying under the radar too. We don't talk about that often, but yeah, that's gonna be
really that hyped.
Heck, I think I'd even prefer Ghost Recon over those.
That's true. There's a lot of games. It's a lot of competition.
A lot of competition.
Ubisoft's just burned us so much lately.
Jesus Christ, man, we can't.
I worry about even buying any of the games at this point.
Oh my goodness, man!
Are you guys hating on Division, or are you happy? Or you?
Well, it's.
I haven't touched it since they screwed it up the first time with the friggin'. When they lost the level 30 missions for that week before the first big deal, or well, not DLC but update or whatever. When they lost it for that week, that was it. I haven't gone back since because of that.
Yeah, it's broken, man. My lady plays it. She tries to play it with her friends, and I mean, she goes to a mission, and it's just it won't start, or it's something you're falling through the floor. Or she just tried to open up her stash and got stuck.
Yeah, that's a weird game.
Well, we also we lost levels, and I lost all of my DZ level when I went back in after that whole big screw up with the update.
Yeah.
And it was hard enough to get to 30, let alone trying to get to 50 and 99. So, and plus a lot of the parts that I love the beta. The beta was amazing. Like if they want to give me back the beta, I'll play that. But to the game that they've given, no, they messed it up way too badly, and
True.
it's
And you
very
guys are big
disappointing.
fans too. You guys, I remember, you guys were huge.
Yeah, they were
fans.
huge.
And
Huge.
they
was.
screwed the
Yeah.
community.
Yeah, we put like 50 hours plus into the betas and stuff like
I
that.
know.
We were ready to go, man. And
Well,
then
we even like when the game released, we hit like 30 and like
like a day.
yeah. Well, no, it took like a week, but you know, we pushed it. We got and we knew like we did know that you were supposed to play through the game and level up throughout the whole game, not just like hardcore run through it. We knew that, but we were okay with doing that with what we were given at the time, like the stuff that we were doing, but then they screwed it up and took the only thing that level 30s could do. And then when the update came, people were hacking it, people were already screwing it up. There was nothing to like the dark zone. When you went into the dark zone, it was the worst because all you could do was fight the bosses, and half the time there was too many friggin' grunt guys running around to begin with that would just kill you, and then you lose so much points than actually when you killed them to get points. So
Yeah,
it
to be
was so
fair, though,
redundant.
we haven't like played any of the new stuff, so it might have fixed a lot of the
It's
things.
not. It's not. It's
They,
not.
they,
I
they,
was gonna
you
say,
know,
I
they,
haven't
they
heard it
put
was
a,
any better.
unfortunately, they put and it just shows you that, you have to keep a product good. You know, they left a bad taste in people's mouths, and and that's the problem with it. You know, you
Yep.
guys would have loved the game, but I mean, it was just a mess. I remember the Bullet King. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just think they should make that, just return that, and then maybe I'll go play it again.
Just
Like,
play it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, that was fun. It wasn't hurting anybody. Like, all the
Yeah.
stuff that we got from him, it really wasn't hurting anything. And then, of course, to even talk about small things that made such a big change, like the mats. When you, like, dismantle something, you got, like, less, but you needed more to make things. Like, they within that first couple of weeks, they did what Destiny did, and they screwed the players over. So, of course, majority of, like, the hardcore first starters, I guess you want to call them, it became like Destiny, where we were done. We were done within, the first couple of weeks, and we haven't gone back. Like, I literally haven't touched it.
What I find, like, when they try and balance out these games is a lot of the times they won't do it in increments. They do it in just, like, big swings. And that's where a lot of people get, like, pissed off about it, because they pretty much knock down the mats and everything to almost, like, just why even bother at that point? So I just wish when they do balancing, they just do small increments instead of just big, huge, like, knock them out of the park things.
Yeah. I mean, the game is not. The biggest problem I have with it is that, like, and this is one thing, and I remember saying this, GKB, back when we were talking about it months ago before it dropped. I just felt like content was going to be the biggest thing, and like just gameplay. Like I felt like I still feel this way, GKB. You don't have a traditional PvP. There's no reason for people to go into that damn dark zone. It's just an extension of the single player. Like, if I want to go in and have fun, I'm not guaranteed to have fun. I can go in there, get killed as soon as I walk in, and turn the game completely off. That's not fun for a lot of people. Like, I get it. It's thrilling, I guess, at first, the idea of it. But after doing that all day, say you like, okay, man, I need to go get this holster or this backpack. I'm going in here. You spend all day trying to grind just to get killed by some jerk who's camping out and not doing anything else, or he just wants to troll you, or whatever the case may be. That's not fun. Give me a mode. If I want to go play like just TDM, or if I want to go play extraction mode, I can just go do that, and I don't have to worry about all that extra shit. Like,
that was the one thing Destiny did right.
That's the one thing Destiny. That's why people still play it. It's kind of has. It kind of has to a point. It's still they still fucked this. Excuse me, for lack of a better term, on the. Yeah, they still screwed us on the, as far as like the way they're doing the DLC and making people buy shit all over again and spend so much. But the game itself is actually kind of evened itself out with the content and what's there already. it still can become redundant. But at least the Crucible or PvP, whatever you want to call it, is there for people that can just go in. I can jump in, play a few matches, and jump right out and be completely satisfied.
Honestly, I feel much like what Tommy Guns just said in the chat. He's like, I won't be buying an Ubisoft title on day one ever again. That's kind of how I'm feeling at this point. Like, I probably won't buy it for like a week or two after, just to see, what the reviews and the gamers' reactions are to their games going forward. Honestly.
Yeah, it's Ubisoft, man. You got to clean it up, man. And I pray to God that this next Assassin's Creed they drop is something decent. I mean, I pray to God it's special, because if they come out and do that shit that they've been doing, it's not gonna fly. It's not gonna fly.
And Blam, that's something I have to give Destiny credit for. The comment that you made that like you can go in and you can just play the Crucible and still have fun. I have to give Destiny kudos for that, because it doesn't matter what level you are. You can go in there at any level and just have a gun and still play and have fun. And where like the Division, the issue with that, you have to like, if majority of people who have been playing it since day one are
maxed out.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's all they're doing now is sitting at the door waiting. So if you're like just hit level 30, you're trying to get your golds and stuff like that. Like, yes, okay, you can do the incursions, which apparently they're broken and they're annoying to do in the first place. So you do that, but you still don't technically get the gear you exactly want anyways. So you go into the dark zone and you're hoping to like go to the vendors and all that kind of stuff, and people just kill you, and then you're lost all your score anyway, so you have to build that back up. So yeah. I definitely give Destiny kudos for that. I really do.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what's going on with Brutal. He hadn't hit me back, but if you can hear us, Brutal, man, it was great having you in here, brother. Maybe it's probably the internet situation that he happened last week too. So so it looks like we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. Looks like we had over 50 people in here, man. I really appreciate it, man. That's awesome,
50
man.
watching right now. They love it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You guys coming out. Looks like we're gonna wrap everything up. I don't want to hold anybody too long. By the way, GKB and She Wolf, go ahead and announce your community game night tonight also too.
Yeah. A little bit after the Shop Podcast, we'll be starting to do the community game time. We're going to be playing Halo 5 Firefights. The chat seems to be working, so we can get like 16 people in there, which would be 2 games of Firefight full. We've been getting like just crazy amount of people that want to play, so if we get that again tonight, we'll split up some people, some of the YouTubers and stuff, so we can get an even amount of people in each of the party chats and see how many we can get going tonight. It's going to be fun.
Sure. For sure, and don't forget to tell people where they can find you at too, She Wolf and GKB.
Good, She Wolf.
Wait, am I doing my shadow thingy now? Or are we talking?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Just do your
go for it. This time that I'm like, wait, are we?
No, do your plug. Just go ahead and plug your.
Okay, well, I just want to do one for Brutal quickly because of the fact that he's not here. So you can find Brutal Knight at Twitter at Brutal Knight. You can find him on YouTube as well. He's kind of like majority of new YouTubers saying they're bringing videos but haven't officially brought any videos, but he's working on it. Hey, that kind of goes with like Mooch when he first started, and then Hellhammer, and
he just did a review with me, so we're rendering that.
Yes. And of course you can find him on Console Corner and gaming reviews with GKB and myself on Console Corner. So there's a plug for Brutal Knight if you guys want to check him out. Mine! Alright, so here's a little bit of a list because I got some new things going on. Yes. So you can find me, of course, on Console Corner on Gamers Knows Best with, of course, like I said, GKB and Brutal Knight. You can also find me on Xbox Nation with Crap Gamer, GKB, and all of them, of course. I got honored to be on Shop Podcast, so I thank you very much for allowing me to come on, Blam. I was very happy.
No problem.
You can also find me on Twitter at XSheWolfX. It's a U instead of an O. I do keep everyone up to date on most of the community stuff.
If you're an aspiring YouTuber, or like as far as like you want to do a podcast or something, or you feel like you want to start doing video game videos, get in touch with this woman. Get in touch with her. Follow her on Twitter. Get in touch with her. She keeps everything in line. She keeps the entire community, as far as Twitter, aware of whose show is going to be when. and we don't even pay her, so it's awesome.
Which kind of yes, which kind of goes into my next new plug. Is my nice.
We're not worthy.
Shut up. Big shout out to Jez, the creator of ICMX. I always have to slow down to say that because if you say it so quick, it's Xbox Mad. I now do an Xbox community column on their website, so I do try to also keep everybody up to date with podcasts and events and everything going on in the community from that. So also check out them on Twitter at Xbox Mad, and of course their website, which is icxm.net. So check that out as well.
We're gonna need a podcast just for your outro.
I know, right? Oh, and one more thing. Actually, did the very first ladies' night takeover console corner, so there was also that as wow.
That was awesome. You did a great job. That was cool. Yeah, she got a lot going on, Tim. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, everybody, get it in while you can, because at some point she's going to need to be compensated. So get it in while you can before she starts charging everybody. So go ahead.
I'm working to the top. Eventually, I'll be at Xbox.
Hey, I have no doubt that you will.
They could use you.
They really could.
They really don't get the idea of media well. They could use somebody like you, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. So I think you've covered GKB too. I don't really think he needs to say anything at this point.
Yo, I'm the governor. I'm out.
Well, no, because there's still his Twitter. Don't forget to follow him at gamers_no_best at Twitter.
Just have She-Wolf do them all. Like, we'll just let you do all.
I can do. I have like a big lineup, so yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But follow GKB
in the chat right now.
Follow GKB, follow She-Wolf. Shout out to Predator too. She-Wolf Predator, follow him. Go to his channel, the Xbox After Party on YouTube. He's not here with us this evening. Go to Brutal Night also too. Big shout out to Asthmatic117. Go ahead and follow him on YouTube and Twitter. They have some great things going on. They all part of the Shop Podcast family. Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead and give yourself a plug.
Tim, I saw you on Xbox Uncut, bro. That was pretty good, man.
Which you on Thursday night?
Yeah.
I do a podcast, Xbox Uncut, every Thursday. I try to do this podcast obviously when schedule permits. BGST on Sunday, of course. Monday TXR. I've been doing it for a while. Sometimes it's tough, but I love giving back to the community. And I'm trying to make it fun for everyone. It's definitely we have a great community and lots of laughs. But basically, where I all started from, and basically is my thing. When it all calms down, I'll probably always still be on Twitter. You can search me, TI, the emoji for Scorpio, MDOG, and you will see a big green flaming fireball of Xbox. Just follow, and know that sometimes you might see some crazy stuff on my timeline. But I've calmed it down to it's like a G-rated show right now. But that's just because with the announcement of Scorpio and everything, I think it's kind of evident that basically we're happy fans right now. So. Just being part of the community and all the podcasts and everything. It's about all of us, and hopefully we all go further. The podcast was great tonight. Thanks for having me.
Definitely.
I just want to add in, if you guys haven't seen it, go check out TXR from Monday. They had actually there was 3, right?
That was a tough interview. I honestly...
You guys had some amazing people on there. There was 2 devs from We Happy Few, and there was a dev from Forza Horizon 3. So in case you guys didn't see it, go check that out because it is a great show and you guys need to watch it.
Definitely. All-star lineup, man. TXR, that's where it's at. As far as those publishers, developers, they get some great guests on that show. But all right, so I'm PTK Blam, obviously the host of the Shop Podcast. You guys catch me on Twitter at PTK Blam. Follow me on Twitter. Follow my YouTube channel here, PTK Blam, also too. Going to be doing some great things. Got to get a hold of me and GKB. Got to kind of brainstorm. Got a couple ideas we talked about last week that I want to go over with him. But we're going to be doing some new things for the channel. I'm having a complete makeover as far as my channel goes. So you guys are going to see the channel as far as the different, thumbnails, different background, a lot of cool things that I'm working on. So catch me here. I appreciate you guys' love and support. Rate, comment, and subscribe to the video. Also, too, appreciate you guys coming out. So if anybody doesn't have anything else to say, I guess we can go ahead and get out of here. You guys take care of yourself, and also, as DKB would say,
take care of your fellow gamers.
All right, you guys, y'all have a good one. Thank you for coming out, man. You guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and be safe this holiday, all right? Be safe this holiday. Have
Happy
fun.
4th of
Yes,
July.
happy 4th.
Happy 4th.
Don't drive drunk. Use Uber. It's awesome.
Yes.
Uber is awesome. It really is.
All right, you guys, y'all take it easy. Have a great evening. And, catch GKB on a community game night too. We'll probably be in there tonight. So if you guys want to come rock out and game with us, we'll be on there this evening. So you guys have a good one. We're out of here, everybody.
See ya.